Hey my friends, it's your old pal Jordan the Lion and
your old pal Scott Michaels.
And it is a windy day out here on Route 66, dang near blowing my camera out of my hand. We are leaving the Crystal Forest and we are headed towards Holbrook. Daze with Jordan the Lion and
Scott Michaels
begins right now.
600 million year old fossil. Wow. We saw some old decaying signs for a dinosaur park and it looked like they were about 20 years old. I'm guessing maybe this is what's left over from the dinosaur park. They look nice and fresh though, nice and freshly painted. They have tons and tons of petrified wood here for sale. I think Wild Bill is in here, so we're gonna check it out, but I want to see some of the things out front first. This place is called Jim Gray's. Look at all the giant pieces of petrified wood they have here. And they have a bench over here made out of one solid piece. It looks like, no, maybe not. But that's really cool because they have some of the crystal forest behind it. It's the kind of stuff you see in the crystal forest. And carve these bears into it. Whoa, look at this car. It's like freaking Grapes of Wrath. And we got here just in time for a birth. Oh, this is awesome. It looks like he's gonna draw. But he's huge. All kinds of different stuff made out of petrified wood. That's from the Rainbow Forest, all this stuff. The stuff you're not allowed to take from the forest we were in. You can buy outside of it. It's beautiful, isn't it? Those things are cool. Giant kachinas. Looks like they have a museum back here. Yeah, they do. Wow. Look at that giant piece. Look at the colors you can get out of these. You can find. Mammoth tusk. That's what they say that is, mammoth tusk. And they're showing the process of how they make a sphere. You see you can buy the spheres like that, like a bowling ball. It starts out in those squares, and then you carve off the sides like that. So it eventually turns into that. These are amazing. The turquoise. How beautiful. That is awesome. Ooh, that is green petrified wood. Never knew such a thing existed. Look at all the furniture. Scott's walking away, so this must be the, yeah, there's the fossil we saw. That's Wild Bill. Wow. They also have mammoth tusk over there. Dino dung. Did you see that? Dinosaur poop. Fossilized turtle. But yeah, that's what we came to see. Wild Bill. Oh, I was wrong about the year. It says approximately 2.9 million years old. Wow, I didn't see outside. Whew. I misinterpreted that. Wow. Whew. I always believe amethysts are good luck, so I'm going to get Katie this. They also have a little koi pond here. Meteorite for sale. Weighs 177 pounds and it costs $18,000 from Argentina. That's what they're asking for it. That is one heck of a welcome to Holbrook sign, isn't it? I love it. You got the Holbrook, Arizona over here. You have the Native American over here looking up at the guy sitting on top, just flailing around like he's on a bull. That's awesome. I love it. Well done, Holbrook. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Our route doesn't call for us stopping here for the night, but I definitely want to stop and take a look. I love the Wigwam Motels here. It's very picturesque, Route 66 for sure. It's one of those stops you want to get out and take some pictures. Have you slept in a wigwam lately? Fair question. believe there's another Wigwam Motel in Kentucky. And of course, we've stayed in the ones in San Bernardino that are also on Route 66. Look at this. The camper part of this one, they made it look like a VW Bug. All the way around the car, in fact. Even says 66 on the back windshield. And a very cool assortment of cars too, not all from the same era. And they're using petrified wood around it. Oh, it looks like you have a tow mater over there. Oh, look at that green one. That's great. It says this is tow mater's grandpappy. That's what they say. Let's move on down the road. The Globetrotter Lodge over here. And just a little bit past the teepees, I want to show you, oh, too bad for that muffler shop. That's a cool building, really. Butterfield Steakhouse. Sadly, I don't think it's open anymore, but I love their signage. That's great. Scott noticed that the Holbrook Inn used to have a torch at the top of their sign. Very colorful Romos over here. Then Joe and Aggie's over here. Great signage. We've got some Route 66 signage with the Mother Road on there. This old barbershop says, "It pays to look trim." You can see this business is also out of business. That was the Living Word Christian School. They even had some Route 66 signage up there. Little Route 66 corner monument here. Here's the Holbrook Visitor Center. It's got a big giant dinosaur if you're looking for it. We're gonna have to go stick our face in that. Linda's Arts and Crafts over here has some cool murals and some totem poles when you walk in. Best food in town, Mr. Maestra's. The Powwow Trading Post. I always love that sign too. That's one of my favorites. Look at that monster. Both of them. It's like Godzilla. Once again, another one looks like it's out of business. There you go, an eatery and motel. I like the old Dairy Queen signage here. We're on Route 40 going west, which is also, I promise you, Route 66. And now we're finally going to, we've been seeing this emblem, this logo, since we arrived in Chicago. Literally, we arrived in Chicago, went to the Billy Goat Tavern, and right on their exterior of their wall or something, they had the Jackrabbit Trading Post logo. And that's our next stop, if I'm not mistaken. Another free little roadside stop. Gotta stop and see Geronimo. More wigwams everywhere, and teepees as soon as you pull up. But these are not ones that you rent and stay in. So Geronimo is not inside, it's actually outside, and since it's windy as a bejesus, we're gonna look at it from here. There he is. That is the world's largest piece of petrified wood Geronimo. As we're pulling in to get gas, we're seeing the tour bus of Queen of Bluegrass, Rhonda Vincent. Wonder if she's in there getting a drink. Cool. Yeah, the little town is called Jackrabbit even. Well, folks, here it is. After all these miles. As we were driving from the freeway, we could just see this.
And as I got closer, I noticed they have lined it with Christmas lights, so at night it probably looks great. I love that their big sign has like a biker Jackrabbit. Very inexpensive stop. They always have some cool stuff for cheap. They've been here a long time. This is always a must stop, so people get up and take their picture on top of the Jackrabbit. I demand you ride him!
How are you? Good.
Hop on in.
This is a great stop. They have all kinds of cool stuff, including the Here It Is shirts in many different colors. That's great. Cool mugs. They even have this one on a shirt. That's a cool logo. Little museum back here to Route 66. Look at the old picture by the sign. I love it. These are all Bob Waldmeyer postcards. This is a signed picture of Woody by John Lasseter, and he was the one that was responsible for kind of doing all the Cars stuff. There's a picture of him outside, like a Polaroid signed outside of their sign. You didn't notice I love all the rabbits going across the top. How funny is that? Fun little stop. We were looking forward to this, and even though it's just a little trading post, it's a lot of fun. Next stop is Winslow, Arizona. If you know the lyrics to the Eagles and Jackson Browne song, Take It Easy, that's all about this corner. Standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona. Mighty fine sight to see. There's a girl, my lord, and a flatbed Ford slowing down to take a look at me. There's the flatbed Ford. Here's Glenn Fry's statue. Little street sign identifying him. His shirt says Song Power. Very cool. And they've got the wall mural with people making out in the window and the reflection of the girl in the flatbed Ford. Scott said when he came here before, it was just the mural. Here's the standing on the corner store. Then here is Jackson Browne. It doesn't get enough credit for this song, that's for sure. That's nice. And actually I think the best picture is from over here, so you can get this Route 66 sign. Easily one of the most popular stops on Route 66, especially the west side. See, I always like this one. Some more themed souvenirs over here. Go in the gift shop here. Last time I was here, they had some postcards of the statues. I like this song, but I'm not a huge Eagles fan, so I'm gonna bypass that sign, but I like it. Whoa, look at that giant guitar. It says it's Glenn Burton's guitar. This is cool. They sell a lot of Eagles stuff. And play the Eagles in here. Look at this, we finally found a moment where nobody is on the corner. It's a busy place, but man, that is cool. You have something mentioned in a song, you should do something like this. Crazy not to. Good business for the town. Of course, they're just telling that this was inspired by the hit song. Scotty, you ready to fly away? We're here on this window display. They have another standing on the corner kind of motif, but we want to go right over here to the world's smallest church. Look for this, and you will find it right over here. And there it is. I saw one in California, in Orange County, that claimed to be the world's smallest. This is smaller. Technically, it's a church. There's a Bible, somewhere to sit on each side. I guess this was Winslow Jail, but they're not doing tours today. That's cool, because I knew you had been here before, but you said when you were here it was just like a mural, right?
Yeah, it was a mural, and I think there was a lamp post, but nothing said anything except for the mural painted there that said "Taking it easy."
No statues, nothing?
No, that was 29 years ago. You know, I figured it out today. That was a long time ago.
Part of Route 66 I talked about how Elvis did Route 66, and this was one of the stops that he made in 1967. He and Priscilla and all the guys were in a big like bus kind of thing, and stopped off at the Meteor crater and filmed some home movies. One of the things I love about Elvis is that he was just like us, curious about everything, and that was the reason they came here, they said, was just because it was one of those places he'd never been before. So this is known as the Basket Meteorite, and it was discovered by Ernest Chisholm at the ranch that we passed on our way out here from Route 66. And it said that somebody had actually stole this from him. It was a major disappointment the rest of his life, and his family finally got it back. Okay. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's actually an Apollo test capsule. Crater Museum. If you look at this, I believe that was actually right here. You can see where it says Meteor. That looks like that would have been, you can see the holes from the R. Meteor Crater Museum and all the holes right there. And in the home movie, Elvis and the gang are actually walking into there. Doesn't that look like that would have been right there? It does to me. There's the rim. When Elvis was here in his home movies, he does show this section down there. It is so freaking windy. Then there's some footage of him down here signing autographs on the observation deck. Right down there. This is so windy, I had to take my hat and my sunglasses off because I'm afraid they're gonna blow off. Jeez. This is some sort of experience where it says put yourself at ground zero and you push the button. Let's see it. Let's see what happens. Because there's all kinds of lights and stuff above us.
Moving at 11 miles per second, a meteor raced through the solar system towards Earth. Immense shockwaves were created as it approached from the east.
He invaded my meteor crash.
Hurricane force winds through 175.
Ooh, the ground's moving. Now we're getting winds.
The shock of impact melted most of the meteor and spread it with the large plume of debris. It took just 10 seconds and Meteor Crater was formed.
I definitely enjoyed the experience, but Scott, how much did we pay per ticket?
Oh, it was like $27.
$27 to see a hole in the earth. So,
I mean, it was dramatic with all the wind. I mean, that was crazy scary.
and I really only went to see it for the Elvis connection, so crazy. That's pretty funny. Yep, you can take it to go. Little pieces of it if you want. Photo bombs. Nice. That's a good one. Arizona's famous natural laboratory, it says. Apollo astronaut training from 1964 and 1972. As we head out, they have a little viewing spot over here. Alright, we saw a crater, now it's Flagstaff or bust. We had to stop off up here on our way to Flagstaff. This is kind of a must. falling apart trading post for twin arrows. Somebody's been doing graffiti.
Sad to see this. It's twin arrows, so you would expect to see a second arrow, and it was here, but it's fallen. And I was actually like, oh man, somebody stole that arrow. That's a bummer. But no, it's actually still here. It's right here. Sorry about that wind. Here it is. It's where the arrow used to be. It's too bad. Some old leftover gas station in ruins.
So windy out here. That arrow is literally moving. Asked scouts out there. I said, hey, it's windy. Be careful. Look at it. You can see it wiggling, can't you? No question, once you see the pine trees, you know we're in Flagstaff, Ponderosa Pines.
We have made it to the Museum Club. Our final destination of tonight. It was originally built to be a museum for taxidermy, a guy's taxidermy collection. And it was originally the largest log cabin in the world. And then it was the largest in the nation and the largest in Arizona that people kept building them. And then when he passed away, it was sold. And a man named Don Scott and his wife bought it and turned it into like a country western swing bar, and had people like Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson out here performing. And then his wife ended up falling down the stairs and dying, and then Don ended up taking his own life here, and someone else ended up buying it, reestablishing it, refurbishing it and everything, and reopened it, and it is a club to this day. Let's go on in. Look at this place. Trees inside, they got a live band. Sometimes call this place the zoo. They do have a little bit of taxidermy here, you can see. Keep the original vibe. Look up there. Well, the alligator loves his swamp just as happy. Don Scott actually used to play in Bob Will's band. And they used to play here, of course, so you can see it on here. So here's the fireplace. And when Don took his own life, he ended up doing it right here in front of the fireplace. They're kind of wondering if it would be visible, and it certainly is. Sad. He did it, they said, because he was just inconsolable after his wife's passing. Look at that awesome old sign. And there's Don Scott and his wife. Well, my friends, I hope you enjoyed our adventures today. We will see you all from Route 66 tomorrow. Have a great night and goodbye.